P0521 is an engine oil pressure sensor range or performance code. In plain language, the PCM may be seeing an oil pressure sensor signal that does not line up with what it expects. The truck may show a low engine oil pressure warning, and the concern can involve the sensor signal, wiring, terminals, connectors, module communication, or the sensor itself. Treat this as an electrical sensor diagnosis, but do not assume the sensor is bad just because the code is present. Before running the shared oil pressure sensor circuit checks on a 5.0 F150, pause and confirm the code path for this exact application. The routing provided for this data set does not clearly give a 5.0 LP0521 pinpoint path. It does show an oil pressure sensor circuit diagnostic path for related oil pressure sensor faults, but forcing that path onto P0521 without confirming the application can send you in the wrong direction. Where the oil pressure sensor circuit path does apply, the diagnostic logic starts by checking the engine oil pressure sensor status with the engine warm or hot, ignition on, and the PCM data displayed on the scan tool. If the sensor circuit fault is present, the path moves into circuit testing. If it is not present, the next move is module and display side checks before going deeper into the sensor circuit. If the first sensor status check does not show the circuit fault, run the PCM self-test and check for stored codes. If other codes are present, check what they mean first. If not, confirm the message center can turn a warning off and on by using the door ajar indicator check. Then start the engine and verify the tachometer works. After that, run the IPC self-test, and then check the gateway module continuous memory codes. These checks keep you from chasing the oil pressure sensor circuit when the warning display, engine speed message, or network side may be the real reason the warning is acting up. The warning logic matters here. If the engine RPM data or oil pressure warning request message is missing for less than 5 seconds, the cluster holds the last warning state. If that message is missing for 5 seconds or longer, the cluster defaults the low oil pressure warning on. When the applicable path reaches the engine oil pressure sensor circuit, turn the ignition off and disconnect the engine oil pressure sensor. On the 5.0 that connector is C103. Turn the ignition on and measure between C103 pin 3 and C103 pin 2. The expected result is approximately 5 volts. If that voltage is present, the path continues into signal circuit testing. If it is not present, the path moves to VREF circuit testing. For the signal circuit, turn the ignition off. Disconnect the PCM connector for the 5.0 C1381E. Then turn the ignition on and check C103 pin 1 to ground for unwanted voltage. If voltage is present, repair the circuit. If no voltage is present, turn the ignition off and check resistance from C103 pin 1 to C1381E pin 29. The expected result is less than 3 ohms. If it is not less than 3 ohms, repair the circuit. If it passes, check C103 pin 1 to ground. The expected result is greater than 10,000 ohms. If it does not pass, repair the circuit. If the signal circuit passes these checks, the applicable path supports installing a new engine oil pressure sensor, then clearing codes and testing the system for normal operation. If the first voltage check did not show approximately 5 volts, move into the VREF side. With the ignition off, disconnect PCM connector C1381E for the 5.0, turn the ignition on, and check C103 pin 3 to ground for unwanted voltage. If voltage is present, repair the circuit. If not, turn the ignition off and check resistance from C103 pin 3 to C1381E pin 117. The expected result is less than 3 ohms. If it fails, repair the circuit. If it passes, check C103 pin 3 to ground. The expected result is greater than 10,000 ohms. If it fails, repair the circuit. If VREF passes, check the return circuit from C103 pin 2 to C1381E pin 112. The expected result is less than 3 ohms. If the return circuit fails, repair the circuit. If it passes, the applicable path supports installing a new engine oil pressure sensor, then clearing codes and testing for normal operation. Keep verification separate from the circuit testing. After any circuit repair or supported sensor replacement, clear the codes, operate the system, and confirm the warning and code stay gone. The key takeaway for P0521 on this 5.0L application: confirm the correct application path first, because the available routing does not clearly give a 5.0L P0521 procedure. If that path cannot be confirmed, pause, recheck the earlier diagnostic path, and avoid guessing. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.